En cuanto se solucione, yo estaré listo para volver.
This story ends with Ilia Topuria stepping away from the cage and nobody celebrating it. And if you think this is just gossip, you're about to see how fast a champion's life can detonate. Ilia Topuria's wife, Georgina Oskategi, has filed a lawsuit accusing him of abusive conduct and demanding money, claiming she has proof that could put him in an impossible position. She says the evidence exists, she says the damage is real, and the timing of this explosion could not be worse for a man at the peak of his power.
En el octógono priorizo en este momento el bienestar de mi familia, de mis hijos, el mío propio. Así que en cuanto solucione todo, ya volveré al octógono y a darle todo el espectáculo que todo el mundo se merece.
Behind the scenes, Ilia looks shaken, not angry, not defiant, but worried about his loved ones as everything spirals out of control. He's gone on record saying his family is his first priority right now, and that he will not step into combat until these problems are fixed. That right there tells you this isn't noise. This is a crisis that's already altered his future.
Ilia Topuria facing allegations of domestic violence. Strong allegations. If true, disgusting. From Ilia Topuria, very disgusting. It seems a bit weird. Okay, we've had no evidence against him. It seems like Ilia's proving more, or attempting to prove more evidence of his innocence than there is evidence of the allegations. It's a very odd dynamic. We don't normally see it this way round. Okay? And he says he's being blackmailed, and he's got proof of it, and he's going to go to court with this, and that's why he released that statement the other day that I made a video about, but it was very vague.
The moment Georgina went public, analysts jumped in like sharks smelling blood, and the MMA world split down the middle. One major MMA guru flat out said that even if Ilia is accused of assault, there is still zero concrete proof backing her claims. And that's where this gets ugly, because accusations without evidence turn into a war of perception that destroys reputations fast. Demand payment from him.
Very interesting way to start this. Now, a lot of people are saying things like, she's the rich one. I don't think that she's like the female Bruce Wayne. I think she's just not poor, okay? She's obviously quite well off, but Ilia is, of course, now a multi-millionaire, probably making tens of millions. He probably made 10 million for his fight with Charles Oliveira, a bunch of sponsorship deals coming in. So it's not like she's the rich one. Why would she need money? I think the dynamic may have changed. Okay? Just slightly. With Ilia Topuria being a UFC world champion, 2-weight class world champion and all. But that's how the negotiations of the breakup began.
The guru didn't stop there. He questioned why money was part of the demand, and why it was front and center from the start. Online, people instantly labeled Georgina a gold digger, and whether that's fair or not, that narrative is spreading like wildfire. Here's the twist though. The same guru said Ilia has made so much money that she may actually feel entitled to it, which only deepens the mess.
She's the victim of abuse. True or not, could be very true. Could be very true. It's a weird order to go about things, but could be very true. Okay? And if it is, Ilia should be punished, of course. It's disgusting stuff. But she claimed to have evidence to her lawyer, I guess, that would put Ilia in a very difficult position. Where is that evidence? Maybe there'll be updates in the future. There most definitely should. We should get to see this evidence. If Ilia's going to be put through all of this, the evidence should be seen, not swept under the rug, and we don't even get to see if it's true or not, and this goes to trial. And
Chael Sonnen, another well-known expert, attempted to defuse the proof became the battlefield, because until details and evidence appear, the public isn't buying anything. The guru openly demanded receipts, timelines, facts, saying without them, these claims will never be fully accepted. That pressure puts Georgina in a brutal spot, because now everyone is watching her next move like it's a title fight round 5. For being in this situation.
What am I missing? I get the severity. I get that we don't want to lighten up a personal topic. And when domestic violence is thrown in there, I get that we don't want to do that. I thought we dealt with this a couple of weeks ago. Is there about to be a legal charge? Is there about to be an investigation? Is there something new coming from this? And the answer was no. But it's got Ilia in a panic. So I start reading these articles. I start going through them all. I'm going, man, these headlines are very misleading. Let me get to the bottom of it.
Then Chael Sonnen stepped in trying to calm the storm, saying Ilia's life right now is pure chaos. Chael pointed straight at social media, saying rumors are being weaponized and pushed faster than truth can catch up. But here's where it gets chilling. Chael reminded everyone that Ilia himself predicted false accusations were coming, and now they're here. He said serious allegations could surface. Sonnen said that domestic-related claims were unfortunately not unexpected under these circumstances.
What do we do with the interim belt? I mean, I feel awful for Ilia Topuria, but not having heard any of this story, not having Ilia said that, or getting Daniel to explain it to me, or taking my time and going back and reading through the articles so that I come to you guys and I don't misspeak. Absent of any of that, I would have been able to tell you if it was in fact a personal story, if there was in fact something personally going on with that beautiful girl that pops up on camera as Ilia's headed to the ring.
Chael didn't sound smug. He sounded concerned, almost protective, like a man watching a fighter get trapped with no escape route. He even hinted that Ilia's career could take serious damage, depending on how this unfolds. When private problems explode in public, Chael warned, the allegations can turn nuclear real fast. A number of peculiar recent events.
We've made it this far. We've made it this many weeks into what we've known from Jump Street as a personal dispute with the two of you. We wish you and your family the best, but you're telling me we've made it this far and those words haven't come out yet? That's a surprise to me. I would have assumed that they had. And can we now set that as uncomfortable as that topic apparently is, and I don't love it much more, that can we just set that over here, because we have a different issue, which is the career and the fighting career of Ilia Topuria.
Later, Chael expressed sympathy for Ilia's family and framed this as a deeply personal conflict that spiraled out of control. He admitted he was shocked certain sensitive issues hadn't surfaced earlier, which raises even more uncomfortable questions. His advice was simple but heavy: separate the personal chaos from the fight game before everything burns down.
So that is heavy duty stuff. Obviously, we knew that he was going through some personal issues and there's rumors online, and I didn't want to partake in any of those. I had not heard any of this. I had not heard any of these allegations or rumors, innuendo, any of that. And so you can understand even more so why he would want to step away and not focus on fighting or defending his title, because obviously there's a lot going on. It's extremely sad. It's, I feel for everyone involved. I feel for his family. I feel for his kids. It's an awful situation.
Ariel Helwani then confirmed that Ilia has been dealing with massive personal struggles behind closed doors. Ariel said he hadn't personally heard those exact rumors, but he understood completely why Ilia would step away from defending his title. When family and loved ones are under stress like this, fighting becomes secondary, and that reality hits hard. He also emphasized that it is particularly challenging to comprehend the scenario when children are involved.
You know, these things can play out in many different ways, and you know, you're on the outside and then you're on the inside, and everything changes in an instant. So just a very unfortunate situation for someone who, you know, was on this meteoric rise, and will hopefully for him, if everything works out in his favor, be able to continue that rise. But obviously this is a huge obstacle on a personal level that he's going to have to overcome, and wish everyone involved the best, and hopefully it can be resolved sooner rather than later. And as he said, you know, when there's children involved, it's just a very, very ugly thing, and a very tough thing to
Ariel called it an awful situation, especially tragic given Ilia's meteoric rise in the sport. He stressed that this isn't just drama, it's a serious personal crisis that needs careful handling. And once kids are involved, Ariel said, everything becomes heavier, messier, and far more painful. Fierce fight for the featherweight belt. Giving his insights, While Ilia's world shakes, the featherweight division keeps moving, and chaos doesn't slow the machine. Attention shifts to Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez, set to clash again at UFC 325 in Sydney after their brutal first war. This rematch isn't just hype, it's pressure, pride, and a belt hanging in the balance.
A lot in this fight. Now it's like it serious, no? It's like I learn a lot because like when I fight Volk, it's my first time fighting 5 rounds, a main event, fight for the belt. I don't have a lot of experience with this. Like I know I make a lot of TV. No, I'm okay. I'm no pressure. I'm okay. Of course, this is my job. No, I need to put a great image in front of the cameras. No, but of course I'm so nervous. Of course I'm so a lot of pressure because like I don't want it.
He added that going through Diego Lopez admitted that his first fight with Volkanovski was a brutal education. 5 rounds, first title main event, cameras everywhere, pressure crushing and nerves eating him alive. He says that experience changed him, and this time he knows exactly what he's walking into. Lopez revealed that going 5 full rounds showed him how smart Volkanovski really is. Round by round adjustments, traps, patience, things he missed while chasing the knockout last time. He admits he abandoned his game plan, and that mistake will not happen again, or so he swears. Volkanovski, calm as ever, gave Lopez his respect while making one thing clear. Diego is dangerous, unpredictable, strong, and that's exactly why this fight excites fans. But Vol says patience beats chaos, and timing beats desperation every single time. He focused on making more intelligent modifications.
Helped me a lot because now I see many things different too. No, I see many things different too. I see Volk is like he's so smart for adaptation round by round. I know now I need adaptation round by round too. But my goals is like finish the fight, you know. I not look only for this. I remember the fish fight. I mean, I know I have a ball in my hand. I knock him out. No, I only looking for the knockout. I forget my game plan. I forget many things.
On the other hand, Volkanovski said that Volkanovski also revealed he never stopped training, even while taking time off. He knew this fight was coming, likely in Sydney, and stayed sharp just in case. That mindset tells you he's not just defending a belt, he's defending a legacy. He explained starting camp early, easing into intensity without burning out. Structured sessions, flexibility, new bodies, new gyms, all designed to peak at the perfect moment. That's veteran thinking, not panic, not fear, just calculated violence waiting to be unleashed.
We knew exactly what we were going to get with Diego Lopez. You know, he's very tough. He's a dangerous opponent, and he's going to bring that, you know, that style every single time. I don't think much is going to change on his end, but I feel like you know, we had a good game plan in that first one, but he will be prepared for that. So we're going to have to mix it up a little bit now. But at the same time, you know, I'm expecting that same dangerous Lopez, which is good for the fans, I guess. You know, everyone knows it's going to be an exciting fight because he is going to bring it. But at the same time, you know, I'm expecting to go out there and really, you know, set a statement.
Alexander explained that he had been prepared. Looking back, Volkanovski described his life as multiple different lifetimes stitched together. Football feels like another person, early MMA feels like another era, and now family defines everything. That perspective shows a man who knows exactly who he is and what really matters.
Yeah. So I've been in camp for a little bit now. You know, we're just I knew the fight was, you know, probably happening. We knew that it was most likely going to be in Sydney. So even though I did that little holiday / camp, that's why I made sure I was training well.
You're relaxing and keeping up on top of it in case this all came off, because this is what everyone was guessing.
Finally, he addressed age, brushing it off like a minor inconvenience. Experience, preparation, and strategy matter more than youth, and he believes that fully. Nothing outside the cage, not time, not pressure, not noise, will stop him from performing. New training settings and partners by combining planned sessions with flexibility.
If I can bring the family as well, sometimes it's early, say if we're hoping to fight early next year, so it's like early in camp. Whenever it's early in camp, I like to come here when it's early in camp. So can train hard, train hard, go over some things. There's still a lot of structure, but not too crazy. Like the schedule's not as crazy as it would be in camp, or so structured. But we still have it structured, but I can sort of, a good way to ease in, because it's exciting, new bodies, a different gym and all that. So like, Yeah, I know, it's hard to explain.
In the end, Ilia Topuria's career is now overshadowed by personal and legal chaos that no title can protect him from. Grave accusations, public scrutiny, and unanswered questions have frozen his momentum and split the MMA world in half. Everyone is watching closely, hoping for truth, resolution, and protection for the family caught in the crossfire. Time by a variety of experiences.
Although that, man, like it's weird. It's all just like a different life. It's crazy. When you sit there, you go, "Hey, you're right." They're like, "Yeah, it's weird." Yeah, it just doesn't seem like that happened, but I don't know. It's hard to explain. I know it just seems like you go through life and then you've lived like 4 different lives through your whole life. With like the football, it seems like a different life, right? Growing up that and getting into MMA, yeah, the Thailand sort of stuff. Then obviously the family sort of stuff. All I remember is just family stuff.
And while One Star fights to save his life outside the cage, the sport marches on without mercy. Volkanovski versus Lopez promises violence, strategy, and heart. A reminder that MMA never waits for anyone. The next chapter is coming fast, and when it hits, it could change back his ambitions.
I mean, it's just the training. You know, the competing is fun. You know, it's just being prepared. Like as everyone knows, I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't prepare the way I do. So a lot of hard work gets into it. You know, it's very tough mentally and physically. So just that, you know, just making sure you're getting yourself ready for what could happen in there. But at the same time, knowing that I ain't, you know, I'm not, I'm not 28 years old anymore. So, you know, just be calculated with how you approach the training. You want to be as fit as you always are, but you don't want to, you know, run yourself in the ground too hard. And then, you know, you want to make sure you get to the fight as well.